guys for that introduction. We certainly are pleased to be here to partner with you on these important initiatives. I'm going to give you just a little bit of an overview of what some of the things that we're doing at IDOT and some of the things that we're planning to do as it relates to enhancing bicycling and cycling throughout the state of Illinois. I certainly want to start off by giving you greetings from Governor Pat Quinn, and on behalf of Secretary Ann Schneider. They both would love to have attended this today, but as you know, they're both involved in a very, coming toward the end, I should say, of a very, very aggressive legislative cycle in Springfield. But they do send their best regards to you and wish you well on having a very successful conference. We always say that IDOT works in tandem with the governor's office and you, our state bicycling advocates, so hopefully we can demonstrate that partnership on a joint ride soon together. Certainly want to thank the mayor, and I'm glad to meet him today, and certainly want to thank the town of Normal for hosting today's summit, along with all the generous partners, the Champaign County Bikes, and all the other generous sponsors that made this day possible. That I think it's very fitting that we stage our summit today in a community and a region that stands as an international model for alternative transportation. Electric vehicles in Town, USA, the new multimodal Uptown station, a gorgeous and expanding Constitution Trail, state-of-the-art Connect Transit public transportation system. This is truly, needless to say, a sustainable transportation mecca. I do want to recognize some of my colleagues that are here today, and some of them, a couple of them you'll probably hear from later when I'm done. I have Bola Delano. She is the Deputy Director in our Office of Program and Planning, along with Gabe Salkis, who you'll also probably hear from. I don't know where Gabe is, he has stepped out. And one part of my staff is Casey Bassett and Mr. Joshua McCluskey. We're glad to have you guys with us today as well. Again, I'm very, very pleased to be here on behalf of the Illinois Department of Transportation. While Illinois is celebrated for its interstates, rail lines, ports, and major airports, our state's commitment to sustainable bicycle transportation is embedded into the fabric of our transportation system. This is a word that I'm going to repeat very, very often today, transportation. No longer in Illinois is biking viewed solely as a recreational pursuit. I could recommend we host another summit bragging about our stunning trail system and our state's efforts to expand our outstanding recreational facilities throughout the state. But that's a speech that I will leave to my colleagues at the Department of Natural Resources. Today I'm here to talk about bike transportation in Illinois and our work in IDOT to fully integrate biking as a transportation alternative into our state's sustainable multimodal future. At IDOT, we have adopted a long-range vision called Transforming Transportation for Tomorrow. It is the theme of our long-range transportation plan and lies at the foundation of all of our initiatives. It is a vision for transportation in Illinois that all modes be integrated, coordinated, planned, and built with a sustainable, user-centric focus. This vision is embedded in our long-range transportation plan that was released earlier this year. The plan includes a freight plan, a rail plan, policy document, and now for the first time in Illinois history, a bike transportation plan. And again, my colleagues Bola Delano and Gabe Salkis are working diligently to ensure that all your issues and concerns are addressed in this plan. And after I finish today, they will be on hand to answer a lot more of the tough questions that I probably would not be able to answer. But before I do that, I also want to give you a broad overview of what we've accomplished in bike transportation in Illinois and where we intend to go from here. We received some specific instructions from the League of Illinois Bicyclists and Ed Barzati to address certain key points, and we're certainly going to try to do that today. As many of you know, this year, the League of American Bicyclists ranked Illinois as the 9th most bicycle-friendly state in the nation. Illinois' top 10 position is a reflection of our tremendous progress across several key indicators, which include infrastructure and funding that provide on-the-ground bicycle facilities, educational programs that promote cycling, and passage and enforcement of bicycle-friendly laws that make it safe for people of all ages to ride across the prairie state. In Illinois, our state system offers over 5,000 highway miles suitable for biking. That's more than 1/3 of our state system alone. When you consider our entire transportation system, nearly 2/3 of all roads in Illinois are comfortable for the average cyclist. These are miles devoted to what we call bike transportation. Developing this infrastructure required unprecedented regional coordination and progressive state policies that promote the development of safe and practical bicycling accommodations. In Illinois, we are incredibly proud of our state's complete streets policy. We understand that if our multimodal vision is to be successful, we must build a transportation system that accommodates all users. This is at the heart of the Illinois Complete Streets law that calls for bicycle and pedestrian facilities to be established whenever we construct, reconstruct, or change a state transportation system within a mile of an urban area. In June 2010, with the support of the League of Illinois Bicyclists, Active Transportation Alliance, and our regional partners, IDOT amended its design and environment manual to incorporate the new law. The amendments included a progressive facility selection table and a new cost share standards that ensure that the state designs excellent bike facilities and provides the necessary funding support to make them a reality. Implementation of the Complete Streets policy is underway and is progressing every day. Beginning in 2013, 2 complete street projects in Waterloo and Glenview will be implemented. In response to new federal ASH2 standards, I am pleased to report that we are in the process of amending our Bureau of Local Roads and Streets manual to include better guidance on accommodating cyclists and pedestrians in state or federally funded local projects. Finally, our Illinois Bike Transportation Plan presents a perfect opportunity to review our progress on Complete Streets implementation. Through this bike plan, we will ensure that we truly accommodate all users in our long-range vision. Speaking of the Bike Plan Transportation Plan, it will follow the long-range plan's theme of transforming transportation for tomorrow and will provide the department with policies, best practices, and strategic direction for implementing a sustainable multimodal vision for Illinois. IDOT has contracted with Alta Planning and Design and team partners to complete this chapter of the long-range plan by December 2013. This plan will be the state's strategic framework for bikeway planning, and it will recommend ways to improve the network, address funding options, improve on maintaining the current system, and educate the public on the many bike facilities that are available. In conjunction with Alta, IDOT is developing a database that will analyze current accommodations, policies, and planning documents for bicycling in Illinois. The plan will include an assessment of IDOT's implementation of the state's Complete Streets policy and other bicycling-related statutes, and will more broadly review national best practices and their applicability in our Illinois transportation context. The existing conditions analysis will also include an examination of state bicycle safety data to ensure that as we enthusiastically expand bicycling access and infrastructure, we do so safely and prudently. Last year, Governor Quinn and IDOT awarded nearly $50 million in projects through the Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program, or as we call it, ITEP. These projects were selected through a competitive process because they were the very best of the best and strengthened our transportation system. This coming year, ITEP has been replaced with a new program created by the federal MAP 21 Transportation Bill. This new Transportation Alternatives Program will focus funding towards bike and pedestrian facilities at the state level, but will also allow stronger local control by by giving funding to NPOs to run their own grant programs. I am pleased to announce that beginning this year, IDOT will change this program to be awarded annually instead of every 2 years. In addition, announcements for the new TAP program will be released shortly, with approximately $25 million available for the state share. Project applicants can apply for both state and TMA funds, but not for the same project. And all projects are going to need to be shovel ready. The main contact for our state program is Jeff South. You probably won't remember his name. It'll be mentioned again later. I'm sure when Boa comes up to answer questions. But he is IDOT's Bureau Chief of Statewide Program Planning. In addition to enhancements, grants, and safe routes to schools are also now included in the Transportation Alternatives Program. Safety considerations lie at the foundation of all IDOT's initiatives. Our Highway Safety Program grants are designed to help states, counties, and communities initiate programs to address traffic safety-related problems and generally to promote traffic safety on our highways. The major goals of DTS are to reduce motor vehicle crashes, fatalities, and injuries, increase the use of occupant protection devices, and to reduce impaired driving. Our pedestrian and bicycle safety program is designed to aid public agencies in funding cost-effective projects that improve pedestrian and bicycle safety through education and enforcement. As you know, pedestrians and bicyclists accounted for more than 15% of traffic-related fatalities in Illinois. These numbers can be and must be reduced through targeted campaigns and funding aimed to improve the safety of pedestrians and bicyclists on Illinois roads. In addition to these funding programs, Illinois is proud to be a share the road state. We have a vulnerable road users law that keeps bicyclists safer on Illinois roads by making it illegal for automobile drivers to crowd cyclists. We also offer, through the Office of the Secretary of State, share the road specialty license plates with proceeds from license plate sales directed as grants to the League of Illinois Bicyclists for safety education programs. Complementing the safety education efforts, our Division of Traffic Safety is working diligently to update safety materials so cyclists across the state can have access to free and informative resources. It is clear that as I travel the state and speak with many citizens about bicycling and what an important issue it is, and I acknowledge, of course, today even that I am obviously preaching to the cycling choir, no question, but I certainly believe that the choir has outgrown the church. We have passionate advocates for bicycle transportation across the state. And it's common sense transportation that spurs economic development while protecting our environment, our wallets, and our waistlines. We have a great deal to celebrate in Illinois, but a long way to go before we truly say we have a multimodal transportation system that accommodates bicyclists across all walks of life. Just know, if you don't take anything else out of my remarks today, that you certainly have, without any doubt, a committed partner in IDOT, and together we will make Illinois the most bicycle-friendly state in the nation. Thank you again for having me.